So one of the most prestigious universities in India, JNU, has kicked up a storm with its circular to the students for women's safety. The university has organized a counseling session to educate students on sexual harassment. However, the real problem lies in the tone that has been set for discussion by the university's internal complaints committee, thereby once again, in fact, exposing the regressive mindset, putting the entire onus of safety of women on women themselves. The university circular says that girls are supposed to know how to draw a tangible line between them and their friends to avoid incidents of sexual harassment. And the statement has come under severe criticism from all quarters of the society. The big question that we are asking is the responsibility of maintaining modesty and, of course, maintaining decorum only lie with women. Why are all the teachings directed towards girls only? And should the university like JNU be imparting such a sexist and misogynistic idea? So the National Commission for Women chief has reacted on the JNU circular. The NCW chief has demanded JNU to withdraw its misogynistic circular. Taking to Twitter, Rekha Sharma has asked, why are all the teachings only for girls? And the university's internal committee should have a victim-centered approach and not otherwise. So this is a circular from the University of JNU, which talks about how women need to maintain boundaries, how they need to draw a line in order to avert instances of sexual harassment, putting the onus on the girls, in a way telling them to behave themselves. So this is the familiar narrative that we have seen throughout, and it is rather surprising that it is coming from JNU, a university that is considered to be highly progressive and liberal in its mindset, in its thinking. This university has now given out this circular. It is with regards to a counseling session to avert sexual harassment instances. This circular says that in order to avert or avoid sexual harassment, women should maintain boundaries. They should draw a tangible line with their male friends. That has drawn the ire of gender activists and other women rights activists, with the NCW chief herself now reacting to it, saying, why is it that the girls have to do girls have to listen into all the teachings, and why this is only directed towards women? Joining me now is Madhurima Kundu, who's the secretary of All India Students Association from JNU. Madhurima, very good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. This is rather surprising that coming from a university like JNU, which is considered to be highly progressive in its thinking, a liberal society one would have imagined, has decided to circulate something like this, asking women to draw the line, asking them to actually maintain distance, draw a line with their male friends in order to avoid sexual harassment?
Yeah, actually, for us, it's not surprising anymore, because since Mamidala Jagdish Kumar came in JNU, the first thing he did was to dismantle the GSCAS, Gender Sensitization Cell Against Sexual Harassment, which was democratically elected. It had student members, faculty members, and who dealt each case preserving the anonymity and in accordance with the principles of GSCAS. And since the ICC came, we have seen that there have been multiple complaints against professors. One of the prominent cases is of Atul Johri from Science School. He was accused by multiple women students of sexual harassment, and he is free. He roams around in the campus, making women uncomfortable. And in this year, just a few days ago, ICC, some women student had gone to ICC to complain, and the report came out in which the women student was directed to take counseling for gender sensitization.
Are you saying, Madhurima, this ICC, is it dominated by male members? Are there women who listen into these complaints?
The ICC is headed by Poonam Kumari from the School of Indian Center for Indian Languages of JNU. Where we have seen multiple cases where women students have went to the ICC, they have filed their complaint. The ICC, in its report, after whatever investigation it did, it said that the women should not have gone to this particular hostel, or that the women should take classes on gender sensitization. So it directed women, the victims themselves, to take up counseling sessions on what is sexual harassment, how to avoid. And now we are seeing that the ICC is actively doing these counseling sessions whereby
यार ये
it will
कुछ
teach
बज रहा है?
women. Hello?
Yes.
Hello?
Right. Madhurima, thanks for joining us. I got your point. The point that you're raising is primarily about the ICC, which is set up as the Internal Complaints Committee supposed to address issues of women. What Madhurima Kundu is now telling us is that this committee, headed by a woman, actually sends out directives to women students on how they should behave and what is the process they have to follow in order to avert any kind of sexual harassment instances. Let me bring in Shreya Ghosh, who is also a JNU student. She's a PhD student. She's part of the Gender Sensitization Committee Against Sexual Harassment. The new admin, as we just heard, has scrapped it and then brought in the ICC, Shreya. That is what we just heard Madhurima saying. How has things changed? Because this circular is obviously something that we have to question on why it is all directed towards women. This is a university that has men and women both. Are only women supposed to exercise all kinds of caution and follow rules, nothing for the male members and the male students?
Yeah, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yeah. I think the line in itself explains as to what the newly formed ICC is trying to do. It's basically blaming women for sexual harassment. It is blaming victims and survivors of sexual harassment that it is your fault. I mean, tomorrow I will not be very amazed if ICC comes up and, I mean, the present ICC comes up and says that it's fine if women are beaten up in their homes because they are the ones who did not cook the proper food. So it's basically blame women for all the kind of violence that has been happening on them. And this has been happening in our society, against which we have been fighting, against which GS Cash was formed, against which ideally even an ICC should be formed. But the irony of it all is that an internals complaint committee, which is supposed to protect the rights of women, today is basically coming up with a statement saying that it is actually women's fault that violence in society is taking place against them. And this is exactly why we saw that a progressive body like GS Cash, which was instituted in JNU after years of women's struggle, was scrapped by the administration, and then a new ICC was formed so that they can come up with such absolutely ridiculous sort of statements. It's like taking several steps back into women's movement, which actually all of us and our predecessors had fought for.
Yes, and that is why we are asking this question, that for a campus that is supposed to be highly progressive, where men and women walk hand in hand, there are no, in fact, gender distinctions. From what I remember of JNU campuses when I was a student in Delhi, that there is, the highest level of parity that we thought was there in JNU, Shreya. So are you saying that all this has changed because of the change in leadership? And that is what matters when it comes to the ICC. If you don't have the right people, these are the kind of circulars you get.
Absolutely. I mean, in society, to fight for women's rights is always a difficult thing. There is no doubt about that. But the fact is that this is exactly what we are trying to say, that if we don't have administration which is progressive, if we have an administration of the present kind, then this is exactly what we are going to see. I mean, this is, as I said, taking several steps back. Even a Saksham committee report, which was a UGC mandated, UGC approved report, several years back had said, which was Government of India and UGC approved, said that women should not be blamed for the kind of violence that takes place in several of India's campuses. Today, even the Saksham Committee guidelines seem to be falling short of what this administration is doing. It is clearly the kind of administration today we have, not just in our campus, we are seeing it across several places, that regressive administrations can always come up with such things which will undo years of women's movement.
Progressive administration can undo years of women's movement. Speaking to us, Shreya Ghosh, who's a student of JNU, telling us that there needs to be a change in the thinking in the leadership itself. Those who are taking care of these issues of sexual harassment, people sitting in those positions will have to do a rethink on these kind of circulars. Let me go across to thank